Good morning, everyone. This is the Policy and Governance Committee meeting. And at this point, I would like to call the roll. My co-chair, Corey Betts,
Present.
Kyle Abercrombie. I think he said he might not be able to come.
You're correct.
Councilman Gaddis,
Here.
Councilman Beeman,
Present.
Councilman Davis, Councilman Skyers Thomas.
Present.
And we also have, I see Caesar Valentin and let's see, Carl Dumford. Did I miss anyone?
I'm looking on my legislative agenda here. Andrea Comer, Brittany Lamar, who is subbing in for Daniel. And that's it. Those are the only two that are absent.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Uh, May I get a motion to approve the minutes from our March 19th meeting?
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? All right. So with that, I think we now turn the meeting over to Director McGee for an update on our policy governance and legislative agendas.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And good morning, everyone. Before we get into the presentation, I do want to just publicly thank the entire council and also council staff for a successful 2026 legislative session. A little bumpy, but nonetheless, we were able to coalesce with all of our stakeholders and yield success, a lot of success legislatively that will inform today's conversation. Again, the purpose for today, we have a combined committees. That's the legislative and the policy and governance committees. So again, thank you to both of our chairs, Ed Shirley, Corey Betts. The materials before you today will reflect more than just a legislative update. They'll reflect the continued maturation of the Social Equity Council. Over the last year and a half, the council has made significant progress strengthening governance, compliance, transparency, as well as oversight. The 2026 legislation passed during the session builds on the work by providing strong protections for social equity entrepreneurs, enhancing the council's oversight authority, and reinforcing the original intent of RURACA. So today's discussion will focus on what changed, why it matters, and how we will implement these changes through policy and regulatory development over the coming months. I want to thank our entire legal team, especially the toggling back and forth with Madi serving as our chief program officer and also being very present and helping out with our new chief legal officer, Nichelle Mullins, as she onboards with our legal team. So at this time, I will turn it over to Nichelle Mullins and the legal team to take us through today's discussion, and then we'll have an open discussion with the committee. Nichelle?
Thank you, Executive Director McGee, and good morning, council members. It's a pleasure to be before you this morning. So we are going to go through the process and timeline for the next steps to implement our the revised legislation. I'm sorry, and it's going to look like a lot, but rest assured that this information will be sent to you so that you can read it on your own. We have to develop policies and procedures necessary to operationalize newly enacted legislation And then we must advance formal regulations that provide long-term clarity and consistency for stakeholders. Caesar, you can go to the next slide. So if you recall, we spoke about this during the last council meeting, and there's also the legislative summary that was sent to you. This is a list of the impacted legislations that we will be referring to today. So we have to develop policies and procedures that, well, let me step back and say this. The first step is to develop and implement policies and procedures. Those are due on October 1st of 2026. And the majority of our meeting today is going to focus on that timeline. After those policies and procedures are adopted, then we must adopt regulations that will essentially reflect the substance of those policies and procedures. Those regulations are due by October 1st of 2027. So we do have a little bit of time to adopt those regulations. Both will require full committee and council feedback and participation. So if you recall, the areas where we must adopt policies and regulations relate to ownership and control, and council review of any request to make a change in the ownership or control of an equity joint venture. I was going to say EJV. The other section is changing a financial backer during the provisional license period. We also need to create policies around the restrictions on type of agreements social equity applicants can enter into to ensure they retain ownership and control as defined by statute. And we also need to create policies and regulations related to prior council approval needed for changes in ownership or control during restricted periods. You can go to the next slide, Caesar. And again, Executive Director McGee sent a copy of the legislative summary. So all of the information that was on that first slide is included in that packet. So the procedure for the process for developing the policy and procedure is set forth on this slide. So first, the council staff will begin by drafting policies and procedures related to the items that I just discussed. And then this committee will need to review and approve those policies. After the committee approves those policies and recommends full council review, then the full council must review and approve those policies. And then staff must post those policies and procedures on the SEC website and the e-regulations website. And if you see the chart below, this is the timeline that we have put in place. Now, note this is a very tight window. So staff will begin drafting these policies in June and July. The committee will need to vote to meet. We will need to schedule a meeting for August for the committee to review and approve those policies and procedures. That will be the time for the committee to ask questions, to vet those policies and procedures, perhaps make recommendations on revisions, and so forth. So my recommendation is that we reserve 2 dates in August to give the committee the opportunity to review and discuss and approve those policies. Once the committee approves those policies, they must be sent to the council. There's a council meeting on September 1st. The council will review and approve those policies then. And then after that is done, the staff must post the policies and procedures 15 days prior to the effective date of implementation. The due date is October 1st, which means we must post those policies and procedures to the SEC website and e-regulations website by September 15th. I am going to pause right there and see if there are any questions related to that item or those items.
I think, Caesar, if you want to bump it to the next slide to reflect where she is. Yeah, there we go. You're muted, Mr. Shirley. In case you were talking, I don't know.
I was, thank you. One quick question. In terms of socializing the what the council has approved with the full council, because I'm thinking that it may be, we want to give the council time to digest what the committee approves. So have you thought about how we might do that?
I think that we can talk about that internally, but do
Okay.
you have any recommendations, Chair Sherry?
Not off the top. I'm just thinking about how do we socialize, do we send drafts out to the council prior to the vote? That may be
So,
that.
so once the committee approves our final working draft, then that draft will be sent to the council. So yes, they'll have to review it before the council meeting on September 1st.
Okay.
We can also invite any council members outside of this committee to attend the committee meetings so that they can receive additional information as we work through all of the nuances related to the policies and procedures.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, wonderful. So it's important for the committee to note that once the policies are adopted as of October 1st, they have the full force and effect of law. So even though regulations won't be adopted until October 1st of 2027, those policies and procedures will stand as will have the full force and effect of law as of October 1st, 2026. Once that process is finished, then we move to the regulation making process. And if you see this timeline here, this is when we will begin drafting the regulations around November of 2026. We try to create a timeline that would give us enough time to vet regulations, not just with the committee, with this committee and the council, but also with internal and external stakeholders. And please keep in mind that a lot of this timeline is dictated by statute. So where you see March 1st, post notice of intent and proposed regulations on e-regulations website, that's a requirement by statute. And then at that time, public comment period opens. When the public comment period opens, it's open for 30 days. We will receive those comments, summarize them, and come back to the committee with any necessary revisions that need to take place based on the comments we receive from the public. It's important to note that the committee and council will be intimately involved, very, very much involved in this process. So if there's a revision, the committee needs to review it and approve it, and so will the council. Every layer, any layer where there's a substantive review, a substantive revision, the committee and the full council must review and approve. So we are trying to build in timelines to ensure that we have the time to make sure we come back to the committee and go back to the council. And it may involve the need to schedule a couple of special sessions, but we won't know that until we get into the process. We also have to, so let's say public comment comes back, we have to make a bunch of changes, the committee reviews and approves, council reviews and approves, then we have to post that revision again in May. And then the Attorney General will have to review. The Office of the Attorney General will review. They have 30 days to review. We're hoping that if we get it to them by June, that we will have an approval from their office in July. Once the Office of Attorney General approves, then we will have to send that final draft to the General Assembly's Legislative Review Committee for review. We hope that they will approve in entirety, but if not, if they reject any of our proposed regulations, they will send that back to staff. We will make necessary revisions, and we will have to come before this committee and the full council again to approve. And then finally, we will probably have to resubmit to the Legislative Review Committee. And then after final approval from them, we can submit to the Secretary of State's e-regulations website and post on the SEC website. All of this must be done by October 1st, 2027. So all of this sounds like a lot, because it is. So we've created a two-step process. So the first step is just getting through the policies and procedures process, which is due October 1st of this year. And then once that is complete, we will move into the regulation making process around November of 2026. So this committee will have a lot of time to discuss the regulation process, the timeline, and anything that you all need to do in terms of scheduling to ensure that you are available to review and vote on all of these regulations. And again, this timeline and the summary of the process will be provided to you via email so that you have it. And it's this exact same thing that you see on these slides right now. Are there any questions about this?
Any questions from council members? I don't want to bog us down with questions. So it looks like we have November and December. So basically 2 months for regulation drafting.
Yes. And those regulations will very, very closely mirror the policies that we are creating for the October 1st, 2026 deadline.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I have a comment if you don't mind.
Oh, please.
Just very briefly, having done the same, and good morning, everyone, by the way. And having done the same for DCP for a number of occasions, the timeline looks very appropriate. And I like that we built in almost like additional, time. It's not fluff time, not by any stretch, but additional time because it might go off the rails a little bit in terms of getting what we need from either public comment or getting what we need in terms of response from, say, for example, the AG's office. So the timeline looks appropriate. Just wanted to mention that. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments?
Just a comment, Mr. Shirley and committee. Want to remind you all, and we'll also remind the entire council that on our website, we have a section for public comment. I know that is with respect to our in-person meetings, but I'm sure we're going to have to refer folks to our website, which already was mentioned. It'll be housed in that same section. So you'll have an opportunity, public, to lean in and to respond to these regulations. So more to come on that in terms of our website being updated and public comment open in 2027.
Do you anticipate any serious pushback from any quarters within any stakeholders in this process?
I'm certain we will. I don't anticipate any major pushback, but as you can imagine, our mission and our priority is to provide clarity and safeguards for our social equity entrepreneurs. And so frankly, for those of you in the public who are with us this morning or those who will view this recording days to come, we are unapologetic about providing tools and safety net, for our social equity entrepreneurs where appropriate. And by doing so, we want to make sure we're clear through our regulations and our policies and procedures. So with any good thing, you might have resistance, and that's okay, which is why we allow the public and other stakeholders to provide their input and their perspective.
Excellent.
Yep.
Thank you for that, Director McGee.
And if there are no other questions, Chair Shirley, that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Obviously, a lot of work has been done, and there is a lot of work to do. We don't have a lot of time, but we will focus and get it done. So,
and Chair Shirley, just one more comment.
Yes.
Executive Director McGee will be in touch with the committee to try to reserve 2 dates in August. I recommend reserving 2 dates. We might not need those both dates, but 2 dates in August for the committee to meet so you all can review the policies, ask any questions you want, make any recommended revisions, etc.
Great. I will look to hear from Director McGee with that, and I'm sure we'll come to we'll find some dates that are good for everyone.
Thank you.
Is there any other business? And this, if not, then for the Councilman Gaddis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to flag something because I really don't want to have this discussion at the council meeting, but I will. I don't understand how council members have alternatives sitting for them at council meetings. I don't understand how that happened to be or where that came from, but I would like clarification on how we allow that and a mechanism that authorizes that arrangement, because I'm unclear about it. So if you could help me out and maybe give me a phone call about it, that would be helpful.
Councilman Gaddis, I don't quite understand. Please explain if you would.
Yes, I believe we have a council member who doesn't attend our council meetings, but has a stand-in, like a stunt double. And I don't know how we got there. So I just want clarification from someone.
I see. All right. No, thank you. Thank you for making that clear.
You got it.
Any other comments or questions? If not, then for the good of the order, anything?
Move to adjourn.
Well, I will just say happy Juneteenth to those of you on the call and any other upcoming holidays that might exist. But you all enjoy your summer, but you will be hearing from us, so don't enjoy too much. Thank you.
Thank you, Director McGee.
Enjoy your Father's Days to all
Yes.
the fathers as well. Enjoy your Father's Day, please.
Appreciate
Happy
it.
Father's Day.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you, Avery, and your son graduating today. That's good of the order.
Oh, that's a big deal. Yeah.
For the
Congratulations.
Father's Day's present.
Yeah.
Awesome. Take care,
All right.
folks.
Thank
Then
you. Have a good day.
we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.